G. Edward Cheatham asks, I'm an experienced cyclist, but have not done much structured training historically. Can I get faster on 5 hours of structured training a week? Yeah, I would say you probably could. If you've been training unstructured, meaning which I take to mean just doing whatever comes to mind that day, haphazardly going for bike rides that have no particular intensity and no particular duration, then I suggest that if you became really focused on structured training, that you could probably make a significant improvement in your performance. And I would suggest that if you've only got 5 hours a week to ride, that it'd be something like 2 hour or 2 hard rides a week, each ride being 45 minutes to an hour long. And that could be including something like FTP intervals or VO2 max intervals, for example, 1 day of VO2 max intervals, 1 day of FTP intervals. And those could be 45 minutes to an hour in duration. And then that leaves 3 hours for the week and or more, 3.5 perhaps. In that case, you might do an 1.5 hour ride and 2 other 1 hour rides. Or if the shorter intense rides were 1 hour each, that leaves 3 1 hour rides to be done. And of course, you're going to wind up with 2 hours off also that week, which is all right. So I think you could do that. That's for the experienced athlete. No, that's not going to work. But if you've been not very structured in training before, probably you can make it with 5 hours. And I know lots of riders have to do that because they've got a job that takes a lot of hours, and they've got a family which they're very devoted to, and so forth. And so consequently, they've got maybe 5 or 6 hours is all they have left a week. If you've got 5 or 6 hours, use it. Go out and train. Go out and do some hard workouts and do some easy workouts. But don't just decide, well, there's no reason to do it. I might as well just not train at all. That's not a good solution to the problem. You can still get a lot of benefit out of 5 hours. Richie Underbar Chris 86 asks, should I concentrate on lowering my body weight or upping my FTP? Good question. I get that sort of question a lot from athletes. I would suggest the first objective should be raising your FTP. That's the starting place. It always scares me when athletes say they want to lose some weight. I've seen athletes do that and wind up losing power at the same time, lose muscle mass, lose power. It becomes difficult to recover from workouts if you're reducing your caloric intake. So the quality of training goes down. I would suggest that what you want to do is you want to increase your FTP, make that the focus of your training, if you will, since we know that number is what's a good one to be focusing on. And then if FTP begins to rise because you're becoming more focused on your training, you're doing a better job of watching your diet, sometimes what happens on the other side of that then is that you lose excess kilograms. Body weight starts going down a bit. And that becomes a double benefit from having just been very focused on your FTP. At Tarmac Cyclists asks me, do you have any suggestion on the best 3 to 4 data fields to display on my bike computer? Yeah, more than likely you already have instantaneous power being displayed. So we'll accept that as a given. Real-time power, what are you doing right now as far as power output? But I would suggest other information you'd like to have available would be what your normalized power is so far in the ride. Normalized power is more reflective of the metabolic expense of the metabolic cost of your workout than is average power. So it's a better number to be looking at while you're riding. So normalized power, I would suggest that intensity factor, which is what percentage of your FTP are you riding at currently. It's just a rolling average of that percentage. That number is very important for you. And TSS, if you're analyzing your data, TSS is a very good tool to be using. Training stress score, it gives you a good idea of what the combination of both duration and intensity, in other words, intensity factor, and how many hours you've been out or minutes, what that number is, and therefore how stressful this workout is for you. And finally, duration. How long has your ride been? I think everybody wants to know, how long you've been in the saddle today? Was it a 1 hour ride or a 5 hour ride? We're all wanting to know that information. And we generally assign our workouts based on duration of the workout. So being able to monitor it on a real-time basis is very good for knowing what's going on with your training.